So today I have two big things for you. The first is my most requested video and the question I get asked the most frequently, just in general. So there's that, and I'll start with that. And then the second is a massive announcement for me, for my channel, for ladies who LARP, hopefully. So that'll be at the end. I'll put a time here if you just want to skip to the announcement, but let's just jump right in. So what I want to try and help you guys with today is increasing your immersion. So I'm in a little bit of my Cornelius kit for after the fall, and the number of times I've had people come up to me who actually played and said that they really admired the Junkers and they felt the Junkers were so good about staying in character, and we have a very immersive area and camp, and we really do strive to be all of those things. It started out with my good friend Madeline, who I actually got to know because of this game, and I've continued it on. I took over as the leader last year, and I'm the leader this year, so hopefully I survive the event. So we'll see. So how do we do it? Well, how do I do it? How do I make sure that everyone stays in character? How do I help people get into character? And all of that sort of thing. So let's start pre-event. So pre-event, I take any new characters and I make sure they have some mini role plays. Now these don't affect the actual game, so the organizers don't normally, they're normally happy that we're putting in an effort. So it might be that I have someone new who wants to get used to trading with the other factions. So I send them with one of our characters to do a miniature trade. And it is literally just them talking, working things out. I might have someone show someone around the camp or whatever it is. It's all online role play. Gives them a good chance to flesh out their character and build some memories. Because when you have new characters who have come in, they didn't come in the day the event started. And unless that's what they did, and then that's a different kettle of fish. But most characters, otherwise you might have 2 to 10 to 20 new people just rocking up on the same day. Less likely. So, and it's much better to create this kind of family group vibe if you know each other. So this gives them some memories. They went and did these trades. This person was a little bit of a mentor for them. This person told them some tricks and taught them about the other factions or precincts or whatever you want to call them. So this really does help. So it's really simple. I make sure to be in there to try and help and encourage, make sure they're staying in character. I just do a quick little chat on Facebook. I found that to be the best for our group. I'd set it up. Cornelius would grab them and say, hey, do you have are you free today? And then I pawn them off on somebody and give them a task. For the most part, it's just them. I had one where the leader of another faction was getting a delivery from us, and he was very happy to partake in that, which was amazing, and I'm very thankful for that. So, number 1, pre-game roleplay. Build those characters, make sure they have some ties, make sure they're feeling confident. Confidence is key. Okay, so now as a group, we've got some connections, we've got some things. The other thing that I do pre-game, we actually are doing a potluck 3 hours before the game starts. So as soon as they're allowing us on site, we're going to work together as a team to build all our props and our areas that we have, make sure everything's set out, make sure we have the right vibe, and that sort of thing. Have a little bit of food, get to know each other in character, make sure everyone's fully kitted out and ready to go. And then I will have a little piece of paper, which I don't have on me yet because I'm adding the last few medical things. So as a leader, I am making sure I know who has medical conditions in my group. I, for one, get crippling migraines. So there's a whole bunch of my triggers and stuff, and basically make sure to feed me and water me like a animal. I don't know. Just make sure I'm fed and watered and everything should be okay. most of the time. But people need to be aware that I might have a really bad migraine and not be able to get out from under things, like light hurts. I also have, I think this game we've got someone who's diabetic, we've got someone else who had a stroke about 2 years ago, and some other various medical conditions. So things to look out for, things to be aware of, people to keep an eye on out of character and to check in on, because we want to check in on each other. And knowing those things help you stay immersive, because you don't have to jump out and be like, hey, I happen to notice this. No, because you're looking at, you already know they might be acting a little differently for this, that, and the other. So going through that and having a list of things every junker knows is what I'm doing. So if you've got, it doesn't matter what the group is, what's something that every single member of your group would know? For the junkers, it's simple. We're family. You would never, ever sell out another junker for anything. Junkers don't leave the junkers. Again, we're family. So if someone gets a character and they don't realize that, they might do something that goes against the group. They're very much almost hive mind-like. They're very much together in everything, if that makes sense. So to have someone say they're a junker and not act that way would be very obscure. Very obscure. And they could do it, but it's something that would need to be talked about. So knowing little things like that, every single person would know about Mama Vulture, even though she's not even in this game. She passed away last game, so she's going to be mentioned. She's the one that founded the Junkers. We refer to her a lot. We've got a religion. We worship Oprah. So Oprah teaches us to be a good neighbor, a lot of things, and it's taken very seriously. So this is something else I'll go over beforehand. So it could be religion, it could be stuff about where you're from, it could be about leaders, just the base. Don't go crazy. You don't need a 10-page novel. Everything I need for my pregame will fit on 1 page. So now everyone's on the same page. Everyone knows the out-of-character stuff. This can also be mental health stuff. As someone with mental health stuff, that's also brought up. If anyone has crazy triggers or anything, that might be something that's brought up with, hopefully with the game designers well beforehand. So now we all know our out-of-character stuff. We all know the basis of what our group is really, really about. Next, we need to make sure everyone feels comfortable enough to stay in character. And the best way you can do this is make sure you have a fantastic system so that people can express if they're hitting a line. Now, there's multiple ways to do this, and find what works for you. Some people like the traffic light system, or the person can opt up those colors and say, like, you are in the green right now. So that just means keep going, keep playing. Yes, this is fine. You're in my personal space. Yes, green light, go. It's fine. I'm comfortable. This topic's gone really crazy. It's fine. If they can give you a little like signal or something to see if you're okay. Orange is like, I'm comfortable where it is, but no further. Careful. You're treading a line. Red, stop immediately. And this is easy. Jump back. Whatever, make an excuse, get out of their personal space if that's what it is, or change topic, find a way to get out of the situation quickly and safely. It's my absolute favorite. It's a little trickier, but it's really good. It's something that I learned from a women's group about going to a club and being able to communicate with the other women that they had gone with. Are they safe? Are they comfortable? Is the guy they're dancing with a welcome dance partner or not? So you can just give a little signal, like tug on the ear, like, hey, how you doing? You okay? This is my way of asking if you're okay. So make eye contact, tug ear, easy. Now, they can then signal back one of 3 things. It can just be like, they can tug their ear back, yeah, I'm fine. They have a little itch. Everything is great. Are you fine? Yes, I'm fine. The next step is, oh, it's getting close. Scratching a neck. Or do it something completely different. They can rub their nose. No. We're getting close. Keep an eye on me. Please don't go anywhere. Or straight up, I'm done. So they can bite a nail. A nervous bite. If they're in a bad situation, they're probably going to nervous bite anyway. Make up your own signals. It doesn't matter. Then you have friends that can hop in and pull you out of that situation. They can take you out. It's always good if everyone knows these signals, but I definitely like to make sure that my group knows them. And you can work out your own. You can use any system you like. If you've got a different system, comment it below because I'm really interested in the different ones. But this means we have security to stay in character. You can push that line with someone and you know you've got consent because you know the signals if you're going too far. You have a way to check in with someone and still stay in character. That is so liberating, and it means that you can fully invest into that role play. A lot of people wouldn't necessarily connect this to staying in character, but it 100% does. Because you build confidence, you know you're doing what your character would do, but you know you're also not upsetting anyone out of character. And now we have some strong rules for consent, because consent is sexy. 3 more little things coming your way to help you stay in character. Now, first is you can play a character if you're a strong role player and you're feeling confident, but you find that other people in your group are really struggling. What you can do is simply get a basket or a container that suits your character of treats. I've done this with cinnamon rolls when I did my LARP in Japan because they were all mostly new players when I went. So I had this beautiful basket with just a towel around and a whole bunch of cinnamon rolls. And my character was kind of a bard, storyteller, that sort of thing, but you can make your own reason. And she would give you one of these treats for a story. That's all it costs. So it has to be an in-character story, and that really shouldn't be clarified. It's a story. Everyone should be in character. Make sure you're in character as you're doing it so it's very obvious this is what they're wanting. Now this gives them a lot of options. They could talk about something in their childhood, they could talk about something from their backstory, from a town they're from, anything like that. Or they can tell you a fairy tale, or they could tell you a myth, they could tell you anything. And then it becomes a tale from where they are from. And there's something really powerful about that. When I did it, I told a couple different myths and fairy tales from Japanese folklore that I knew and I loved. And they had nothing to do with my character, but it was interesting because she was a storyteller, so she would know some of these really cool myths. And just getting people to be in character long enough, what would they share? How much would they share? They could be really short, but it builds confidence because they're telling you something about their character or where their character's from. And it really does help, and they get a reward at the end, which is delicious baked goods. So it's immersive, it's fun, and it's really easy. So this is a good way to start. Another really, really good one is 20 questions. I know that sounds really stupid. Think of any of those sorts of games, like 20 questions, truth or dare is fantastic. Any sort of those games that you would have played at like a sleepover or a camp out, but everything has to be answered in character. So never have I ever in character. Okay, maybe I've never, danced in the snow, but my character has. So, that could be a thing. You're trying to learn about other people's characters. So my favorite ones are Never Have I Ever, 20 Questions, and Truth or Dare. Now, if you're not afraid of, let's use spiders again, but your character's terrified of them, and someone dares you to pick up a spider, you need to act accordingly. It's great. It's a great way to get those little things, and you start learning about your character at the same time. You're getting into their mindset. So play some games, make them really fun, and make sure everyone's staying in character as they do it, which is the whole point of this. And last is my absolute favorite. I have a rule with the Junkers. If you start talking out of character, we all get to treat you like you're crazy. Now this has to be done well. You have to have a very light heart about it. Make sure everybody is not like, it's not a picking on sort of thing. That needs to be very clear. It's more of, it's catching people when they say something completely out of character. So say they bring up something super modern that doesn't fit, or they call someone by their out of character name. Everyone's like, oh my God, have you been exposed to some weird gas? Are you doing okay? Doc, get over here. You call over the medical people, and this gives the medical people a chance to actually have some fun as well and do a little role play. Ask them some questions, make them answer them in character. What is your name? Where are you from? That sort of thing. Check their eyes, you know, that sort of thing. After about 30 seconds, they're going to go back and they're going to be back in character. It doesn't have to be long and drawn out, but it's so effective because then every single person's policing, and it's a bit fun. And those people who often drop out of character will stop doing it because everyone's going to keep getting the doctor over to check on them. Just remember, guys, being out of character is contagious. So if you drop out of character, you're ruining it for someone else. Have some safe areas to go to as well for out of character stuff because your mental health is so important. And we all do hit a point where we've done too much in a game. So have your cabin, have a tent, have somewhere on the top of a hill, whatever it is, make sure you have a safe space that you can go to and be out of character if you need to. But if you don't need to, just work really hard to stay in character. I hope some of these things are super helpful for you guys. Look, if you have any other ways of staying in character, please comment them below. I'm trying to keep this one more for groups, but if you'd like me to do one on an individual sort of how to get into character, how to create your character, let me know and I will do my best to get that going for you. So for part 2 of this video, I get to announce something, and it is a thing called the Ladies of LARP. So since I started this YouTube channel over a year ago, my dream was to create a group of women who are YouTubers and all LARP. And the whole point is to do some awesome collaborations, go to events together, and honestly show a lot of love and support for each other. I have found in the LARPing world, there can be a lot of side fighting and infighting, a lot of I've got to be better than this one, I've got to do this, you know, this competitive thing. And I personally don't care for it at all. I think if we lift each other up and help and support each other, then our hobby is going to be so much better for it. Sharing tips and tricks and, you know, giving people confidence when they don't have any, that sort of thing. So I've recruited some of the best out there, and let's just get to who we have. We have 5 ladies of LARP, and we'll start with Momo O'Brien herself. That's right, Momo is a part of it. I'm personally excited because watching her journey from being someone who had never LARPed before to someone who's trying it and going through everything with her and seeing her evolve through her videos helped me feel confident going to my first game. I watched all her videos before I even set foot on the field, so, and that was, well, like 3 years ago, so she's been doing it a long time. The quality of her videos is amazing, and honestly, she is the princess of LARP. She's lovely, and yeah. Cannot say enough good things about Momo. And next we have LARP girl herself, also known as Kaza Marie, who gives a different perspective, but she's always got such different creative characters, and she's sharing so much about those characters. She does lots of great reviews and things like that. Like, lots of love for Kaza. And then we have Cheyenne, which you will probably know from LARP House. And she is a real-life mermaid, can confirm, and just overall amazing person. She pushes herself way too hard, but she's so honest and open about all of the things that make her tick and the things that she fights with and the things that make her excited. And she is legitimately a special effects wizard. she'll do a tutorial on how to do this thing, and I walk away being like, oh, I can do that. I can't do that. You're shiny rainbow. I'm not that talented. So much love for her. And last but certainly not least, we have Angel from GD Art. And Angel is just, like, she's beautiful. She's wonderful. She's exciting. She comes from tabletop like myself and has some videos on that as well, which I love. And she is very new to LARP and is definitely being very open and honest about what it means for her and how she's evolving and as she's learning things. And it's just such a beautiful, wonderful thing. Like, I can't get over her, and also her voice is like a warm cup of hot chocolate on a bad day. I don't know how to, like, describe it better, but yes. So these are the ladies of LARP, and myself, obviously, I'm very blessed to be amongst them and still in shock. I can't lie. Yeah. So we have a website, www.ladiesoflarp.com, that has a little bit about all of us and what we hope to do. So look forward to lots of cool collabs, and hopefully we're all going to try and do some games together. So that means that hopefully we can get things sorted to be able to actually attend more games and get you guys more content. Thank you so much for sitting through this whole video. I know it's a big one, but I wanted to make sure there was some really great content before the announcement. So thank you so much for watching. I love you guys so much. I can't believe I'm still here making these videos after over a year, and I just have so much love and support from all of you. It means the world to me, and I'm looking forward to all our weird and wonderful adventures, guys.